If you're using AI tools but still feel confused, overwhelmed, or like you're not getting the results everyone else seems to get, this video is for you. Because the truth is, most beginners don't fail with AI because the tools are bad, complicated, or too advanced. They fail because they make the same beginner mistakes over and over again, mistakes that are rarely talked about, but silently kill productivity, quality, and confidence. You download a new AI tool. You watch a quick demo. You try it once or twice. And then you think, this doesn't really work for me. But what if the problem isn't the tool, it's how you are using it? In this video, we're going to break down the most common mistakes beginners make when using AI tools, and more importantly, how to fix them in a simple, practical way, even if you have zero technical background. Whether you're using AI for content creation, productivity, learning, business, or just curiosity, these mistakes apply across almost every AI tool out there, from chatbots and image generators to automation and writing assistants. Many beginners think they're doing everything right. They follow tutorials, copy prompts, and still feel stuck. That's because most tutorials show you what to click, but not how to think when using AI. This video is about changing that mindset. By the end of this video, you won't just know what mistakes to avoid, you'll understand why they're mistakes, and how to approach AI tools in a smarter, more confident way. And no, you don't need to be a programmer. You don't need paid tools. You don't need to spend hours experimenting. All you need is a better framework. We'll go step by step, mistake by mistake, starting from the most basic ones beginners make, all the way to more subtle problems that even intermediate users struggle with. This is Neurora Lab, where we break down AI tools in a simple, beginner-friendly way. Let's start with the first and most common mistake. Mistake number 1. Treating AI like Google instead of a collaborator. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make when using AI tools is treating them like a search engine instead of a collaborator. You open an AI tool, type a short question, press enter, and expect a perfect answer. Just like you would with Google. And when the result feels generic, shallow, or slightly off, you conclude that the AI isn't that smart, or doesn't really work. But this mindset is exactly what limits your results. AI tools are not designed to simply fetch information. They are designed to work with you, not for you. When you give them minimal input, they can only give you minimal output. AI needs context, direction, and constraints to perform well. Without those, it defaults to safe, average answers that try to please everyone and end up pleasing no one. This mistake happens because beginners assume AI understands their goals automatically. Here's how this mistake shows up in real life. You ask AI to summarize an article, but you don't say whether you want a short overview, key bullet points, or a simplified explanation for beginners. You ask it to write an email, but you don't specify the audience, tone, or goal. You ask it to generate ideas, but you don't explain what problem you're trying to solve. And then you're disappointed with the result. So how do you fix this? You stop treating AI like Google, and start treating it like a junior assistant who needs clear instructions. When you give AI context, it doesn't just answer, it aligns. And once you understand this, your results improve immediately, without changing tools, without paying for upgrades, and without learning anything technical. This first mistake is foundational. If you fix this one, every other AI tool you use will instantly become more useful. And now that you understand why treating AI like Google holds you back, let's move on to the second mistake beginners make, one that silently wastes a lot of time without people even realizing it. Mistake number 2. Using AI without a clear goal. Another very common mistake beginners make is using AI tools without a clear goal in mind. They open an AI tool and just start experimenting. They type random prompts, try different features, and jump from one idea to another. At first, this feels productive, like you're exploring the tool. But very quickly, it turns into confusion and wasted time. The problem isn't curiosity. The problem is lack of intention. When you don't know exactly what you want from AI, every output feels slightly wrong. You keep tweaking prompts, asking follow-up questions, and going in circles, hoping the tool will magically figure out what you need. Here's how this usually looks in practice. You ask AI to help with productivity, but you don't define whether you want a daily plan, task prioritization, or time blocking. You ask it to improve your content, but you don't decide if you want better structure, clearer language, or more engagement. You ask for ideas, but you don't know what problem those ideas should solve. So the AI gives you broad, unfocused answers, because that's exactly what you asked for. This mistake happens because beginners treat AI like a brainstorming partner with unlimited patience. But even the best assistant can't help if the destination is unclear. The fix is simple, but powerful. Before you use any AI tool, define one clear outcome. Not 5. Not something better. Just one. Then turn that clarity into your prompt. Instead of saying, "Help me be more productive," say, "Create a simple daily task plan for someone with 3 hours of focused work." When AI knows the destination, it can actually guide you there. Without a goal, AI feels random. With a goal, it becomes precise. And once you fix this mistake, you'll notice something immediately. You'll spend less time prompting and get better results faster. Mistake number 3. Expecting perfect results on the first try. Another mistake that holds beginners back is expecting AI to give perfect results on the first attempt. Many people try an AI tool once, see an output that isn't exactly what they imagined, and immediately feel disappointed. They think the tool is overhyped, inaccurate, or simply not useful for real work. But this expectation is unrealistic. AI is not a magic button. It's an iterative tool. That means it works best when you refine, adjust, and improve the input step by step. Beginners often assume that if their first prompt doesn't produce something amazing, then they're doing something wrong, or worse, that AI just can't do what they need. So they abandon the tool too early. Here's a common scenario. You ask AI to write a paragraph. The tone feels slightly off. You ask it to generate ideas. Some are good, some are bad. You ask it to explain a concept. It's mostly correct, but not clear enough. Instead of improving the prompt, beginners stop there. This mistake happens because people compare AI to finished products, not to drafts. But AI outputs should be treated like a first version, not a final one. The fix is changing how you interact with the tool. Think of AI as a rough draft generator. Your job isn't to accept or reject the output, it's to shape it. Ask follow-up questions. Request revisions. Point out what you don't like. Even small adjustments dramatically improve results. Once you understand this, frustration drops instantly. You stop expecting perfection and start seeing progress instead. And when you stop judging AI by its first answer, you unlock its real value. Mistake number 4. Copy-pasting AI output without reviewing it. One of the most dangerous mistakes beginners make with AI tools is copy-pasting the output without properly reviewing it. At first, this feels efficient. AI gives you text, ideas, or explanations instantly, so why not just use them as they are? But this habit quickly leads to problems. AI can sound confident even when it's slightly wrong, outdated, or unclear. And beginners, especially those new to a topic, often don't notice these small issues right away. Here's how this mistake usually shows up. You copy an AI-generated paragraph into a blog post or script without reading it carefully. You use an explanation that sounds smart, but you don't fully understand it yourself. You publish content that technically makes sense, but feels generic, repetitive, or oddly phrased. The result? Content that looks fine on the surface but lacks clarity and originality. This mistake happens because beginners treat AI output as a final product, instead of a starting point. The fix is simple, but non-negotiable. Every AI output should be reviewed, edited, and personalized. Read it out loud. Ask yourself if it sounds like something you would actually say. Check if the logic makes sense from start to finish. If something feels off, it probably is. You can even use AI itself to improve the output. Ask it to simplify, rephrase, or adjust the tone. This turns a generic response into something tailored to you. When you take a few minutes to review AI-generated content, the quality increases dramatically. You avoid embarrassing mistakes, improve clarity, and keep control over the final result. AI should speed you up, not replace your judgment. Once you fix this mistake, your content becomes cleaner, more trustworthy, and far more effective. Mistake number 5. Using too many AI tools at once. Another common mistake beginners make is trying to use too many AI tools at the same time. They hear about a new chatbot, then an image generator, then an automation tool, then a productivity assistant. Instead of mastering one, they jump between all of them, hoping that more tools will automatically mean better results. But the opposite usually happens. When you use too many AI tools at once, you never fully understand how any of them work. Each tool feels shallow, confusing, and slightly disappointing. You spend more time learning interfaces than actually getting value. This mistake is driven by fear of missing out. Beginners worry that if they don't try every new AI tool, they'll fall behind. So they keep switching, restarting, and resetting their workflow. The fix is counterintuitive but powerful: less is more. Choose one AI tool for one specific purpose, and stick with it long enough to understand its strengths and limits. Learn how it responds to prompts. Learn what it does well and where it struggles. Once you master one tool, moving to the next becomes much easier, because the core principles stay the same. Instead of asking, "What's the best AI tool out there?" ask, "What's the one tool that solves my main problem right now?" Depth beats variety, especially at the beginning. When you stop chasing tools and start building skill, AI becomes predictable, reliable, and actually useful. And fixing this mistake saves you time, energy, and a lot of unnecessary frustration. Mistake number 6. Not verifying or fact-checking AI outputs. Another serious mistake beginners make is trusting AI output without verifying it. Because AI sounds confident and fluent, it's easy to assume that what it says must be correct. The wording feels professional, the explanations flow smoothly, and everything seems logical at first glance. But AI can be wrong. It can mix facts, oversimplify complex topics, or confidently present outdated or inaccurate information. Beginners often miss this because they assume AI knows better. Here's how this mistake usually appears. You ask AI for an explanation, and you accept it without checking. You use statistics or facts without verifying the source. You follow instructions that sound right, but don't fully make sense when applied. The danger isn't just being wrong, it's spreading misinformation without realizing it. This happens because beginners treat AI as an authority, instead of a tool. But AI doesn't truly understand truth. It predicts patterns based on data. That means accuracy is not guaranteed. The fix is simple, but essential. Use AI as a first draft, not a final source of truth. When something matters, facts, instructions, numbers, or advice, pause and verify. Cross-check with a reliable source. Ask the AI to explain its reasoning. Or request multiple perspectives on the same question. You can even ask, "Are there any limitations or uncertainties in this answer?" This extra step takes minutes, but it protects your credibility. Once you adopt this habit, AI becomes far safer and far more useful. You stay in control, avoid costly mistakes, and build trust with your audience. AI can assist your thinking, but it should never replace it. Mistake number 7. Quitting too early because results feel slow. The final mistake beginners make with AI tools is quitting too early because results don't appear immediately. Many people expect instant transformation. They think that once they start using AI, everything should become faster, easier, and better right away. And when that doesn't happen, frustration kicks in. This mistake is subtle, but extremely common. AI tools don't create results on their own. They amplify how you think and how you work. And that takes time to adjust. In the beginning, using AI can actually feel slower. You're learning how to prompt. You're figuring out what works and what doesn't. You're correcting mistakes and refining outputs. This phase feels messy, and many beginners mistake it for failure. But it's not failure, it's calibration. Every skill has a learning curve, and AI is no different. The difference is that people underestimate it because AI feels easy on the surface. Beginners often quit right before things start clicking. The fix is changing your expectation. Instead of asking, "Is this saving me time yet?" ask, "Am I learning how to use this better than yesterday?" Focus on consistency, not instant results. Use the same tool repeatedly. Apply the same principles. Pay attention to what improves your outputs. Small improvements compound faster than you think. Once you push past the early frustration phase, AI stops feeling random and starts feeling predictable. That's when speed and quality finally show up. Quitting early guarantees zero results. Staying long enough guarantees progress. And that mindset shift is what separates people who benefit from AI from those who never do. Now that you've seen the most common mistakes beginners make when using AI tools, the important question is this: what will you do differently next time you open an AI tool? Because knowing these mistakes isn't enough on its own. The real value comes from applying even one or two of these principles consistently. You don't need more tools. You don't need perfect prompts. And you definitely don't need to be an expert. What you need is patience, clarity, and the right mindset. AI works best when you treat it as a skill, not a shortcut. When you slow down, give it context, review its output, and improve step by step, the results compound faster than you expect. If this video helped you understand AI tools a little better, then you're already ahead of most beginners. And this is exactly what Neurora Lab is about. Breaking down AI tools in a simple, practical way, without hype, without confusion, and without wasted time. If you want more beginner-friendly tutorials, practical examples, and clear explanations, consider subscribing to the channel. New videos are coming where we'll go deeper into specific AI tools, real workflows, and step-by-step guides you can actually follow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.